You know, we thought we were going to have some news yesterday on Tyler Glasnow because there was a lot of stuff floating around the interwebs and on talk radio about the Dodgers and Glasnow, and they were in talks. John Heyman rejoins the show to clarify on the trade market for an elite starting pitcher. John?
Yeah, absolutely elite, but 1 year at $25 million, that's a little too rich for the Tampa Bay Rays, so he's almost definitely going to be traded. They have had some very serious talks with the Dodgers. The Reds, the Braves, and the Cubs, and many others are involved. Obviously, this is an ace pitcher when healthy, so I do think there is a decent chance that he ends up with the Dodgers of all those teams. They've been talking most with the Dodgers. The rumor recently was it would be a combination of Glasnow and Manny Margot. My understanding is the Dodgers aren't that enthused about Margot. I mean, obviously they'd be more enthused if it was a Rosarina, but that's a lot more prospects to go. So I'm not sure Margot will be part of this package, but if it does get traded, I would say it's a good chance that it's the Dodgers for Glasnow. But still, as far as I know, some other teams are still very, very interested in Glasnow.
And all that makes sense. I mean, the Dodgers rotate. There's still work to do there.
So you got work to do. Got a lot of work to do.
A lot of work to do, my friend, on that Dodgers rotation. We could have the same conversation, John. You could say the same thing you just said about Glasnow and apply it to Dylan Cease, also being talked about in trade talks. Yeah. Also, whether it's smoke or not, been linked to the Dodgers.
Yes, absolutely. Same teams are interested in Dylan Cease. I would throw the Orioles in there as well. I mean, this is an ace pitcher when he is right. Obviously, last year was not his best year, but he answers the bell every start. 30-plus starts the last 3 years, and that is big, as you know, with all the injuries that starting pitchers and all pitchers have had over the last several years. One thing I would say about Cease is, though, that market is probably waiting on Yamamoto. We talked about this in the last segment, about all of those free agent pitchers waiting on Yamamoto. The White Sox very wisely have kind of pulled back on Cease because they're going to wait to see all of the losers on Yamamoto, and there will be many, many losers on Yamamoto. As you know, only one team gets them, whether it be the Dodgers, the Yankees, or somebody else. So that could be 6 more teams added to the Cease mix, and he will get a lot because he doesn't make as much. He doesn't have a $25 million salary. It's going to be around $12 million, about half that, and he's got 2 years before free agency. So I think the White Sox should do very, very well with Cease. He's not the only pitcher on the market, and Burns is still potentially being traded, although I rarely see that the Brewers rebuilding and give them credit as the 30th market that never rebuilds. And then Shane Bieber, also a possibility. We do know the Guardians are willing to trade even very, very good players like Bieber, and Burns have 1 year to go before free agency.
Hey, you mentioned Manny Margot a moment ago, John, and it strikes us that we're not talking a lot about the dearth of outfielders that are on the free agent market. Give us your thoughts on those players, including Manny Margot here.
Right, the free agent market is pretty weak for outfielders. Obviously, Cody Bellinger is the top guy by far. He's going to be looking for over $200 million. And Bellinger, at this point, you would think the Cubs, where he played great. He had 306, 881 OPS. Love the hitting coaches, love the area. Who wouldn't? That is a good spot for Bellinger. And the Jays, at this point, obviously, they did not get Juan Soto. They did not get Ohtani. They want left-handed hitting power. So, to me, the Bellinger probably comes down to the Jays and the Cubs, though many other teams could be involved, including the Mariners. There's still some other free agent outfielders like Teoscar Hernandez, and you've got Kiermaier, you've got Bader. And on the trade market, you've got, as I mentioned, the Rosarina and Margot, but all those guys from Milwaukee. You've got the 19-year-old superstar to be, Churio, who's going to start in either center or right. So they've got about 5 or 6 center fielders, and certainly we'll listen to offers, at least on Mitchell, on Weimer, on Frelick, Taylor, Perkins, any of them, they can listen. I don't think they really want to trade Frelick. The other guy who's available, it seems to be, is the Max Kepler with the Minnesota Twins. So there are a few trade pieces as well to beef up that market, but obviously the Bellinger is the big piece in the available outfield market.